As Okumura and Rarisa continue working together in the manga club, their little world begins to expand. Other members join in, some curious about cosplay, others drawn by the energy the two bring. What started as a quiet space filled only with Okumura's posters slowly becomes a place of creativity and collaboration. Rarisa's bright enthusiasm rubs off on everyone, even on Okumura, who had once sworn never to let real life interfere with his devotion. Of course, the path isn't without struggles. At cosplay events, Rarisa faces the harsh side of fandom. Some people criticize her for being too bold, others for not being accurate enough to Lilial. Okumura, who once dismissed cosplay himself, feels anger rising when he sees others belittle her efforts. This sparks one of his biggest changes. Instead of standing back and clinging to his fantasy world, he steps forward to defend her and encourage her. For Rarisa, that moment is proof that he is more than just a boy obsessed with a two-dimensional idol. He is someone who can see the worth in others. As their time together deepens, subtle feelings begin to bloom. Okumura starts to notice small details about Rarisa, her determination when she works through the night on a new costume, her laughter when things go wrong, the way she worries about letting people down. For a boy who once thought reality could never compete with fiction, these moments become more precious than any poster on his wall. Meanwhile, Rarisa begins to struggle with her own heart. She adores Lilial, but she realizes that her happiest moments aren't just when she cosplays the character, they're when Okumura is there beside her, supporting her, smiling in his quiet way. The story grows more layered as rivalries and challenges appear. Other cosplayers admire Rarisa but also push her to improve. Sometimes jealousy sneaks in, fans who think Okumura is lucky to spend time with such a vibrant girl, or classmates who don't understand why he would waste his time on childish hobbies. Yet instead of pulling them apart, these obstacles only strengthen their bond. Together, they prove that passion, whether for cosplay or manga, is something worth defending. The deeper meaning of the title reveals itself gradually. The 2 stands for Okumura's original devotion to two-dimensional characters. The 3 stands for the real world that Rarisa embodies with her energy and presence. And the half is the bridge between them, the world of cosplay, where fantasy and reality blend. Within that bridge, the 2 find a connection that neither of them expected. By the later parts of the story, the manga research club isn't just about Lilial anymore. It's about dreams, creativity, and the courage to step beyond one's comfort zone. Okumura, who once claimed he would never fall for a real girl, finds himself torn between his love for Lilial and his growing feelings for Rarisa. But little by little, he realizes it's not a choice between the 2, it's that Rarisa, with her heart and passion, is what brings his devotion to life in ways he never thought possible. The romance blooms gently, not rushed, as each cosplay project and shared struggle draws them closer. What begins as a clash between fantasy and reality becomes a tender story about acceptance, growth, and discovering that love doesn't mean giving up your passions. It means finding someone who shares them and makes them shine brighter. As Okumura and Rarisa continue working together in the manga club, their little world begins to expand. Other members join in, some curious about cosplay, others drawn by the energy the 2 bring. What started as a quiet space filled only with Okumura's posters slowly becomes a place of creativity and